Bring communities together like high school sports. The passion, the drama, the atmosphere, the tremendous thrill of victory, and the agonizing pain of defeat. There's nothing like it, and nobody in Oklahoma brings you all of that better than Squirtle. So sit back, hold on, and get ready for another thrilling ride, because it's time once again for the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Whenever you want to go.
I would not speak till the lights come on. And apparently the man that was supposed to be at NBA All-Star Saturday night has arrived here in Okarche tonight to do the public address. That was a fantastic introduction to the starting lineups here for the Class A Regional Final Girls Division between the Arapaho Butler Lady Indians and the Okarche Lady Warriors. Mark Rogers, Adam Dieselhorst here on the Squirtle Game of the Week playoff edition. Hello, Adam.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I parked in Deer Creek.
Small school basketball, man. You got to love it.
And I made it here on Waterloo Road from the state championship swim meet in times that the cop who arrested me in Cashin would be proud of.
You made it just in the nick of time.
No tickets and an early turnover for Okarche against the 2-3 zone for Arapaho Butler. Here are the starting lineups For the Indians, it is Brecken Hunter, a senior. Matter of fact, all 5 senior starters for Arapaho Butler. Haley Koch, Katie Edelin, Bailey Walker, and Lakeland Thompson for Okarche. Already pressuring Jaden Rother, a junior. Jaylee Rother, a senior. Emma Stover, senior. Tyson Indris, senior. Scout Payne, sophomore. That's the 7th-ranked team in the state tonight against Arapaho, the 9th-ranked team in Class A. So this should be a really, really good ball game and what's one of the more important ones of the season.
Yeah, and one thing that we've seen early on in Okarche games is they're typically the much bigger team, but Arapaho can match them size-wise.
Good anticipation and coast-to-coast for the basket. Tyson Indris. Step through, layup, no. And rebound comes away. We're going to have a traveling as couldn't keep her feet inside to keep that basketball going the other way. Inbounds pass from Edelin. Tipped away and stolen. Jaden Rother dribbles it into the front court. 3-point shot wide open, count it. Okarche out to a 5-0 lead. And back to that pressure. Three-point shot from Jaylee Rother.
That's going to be big for Okarche, Mark. If they can hit their outside shots, they are really tough to defend.
Tie up, possession arrow goes to Arapaho Butler. AB 22-4 on the season. Okarche is 21-5. Okarche had a couple of those losses in the Tournament of Champions in Tulsa against much larger schools. Nice move in the lane, and this shot is blocked. Stover.
We've already had so much excitement across the state. I don't know, Mark, if you've been tuned in on the A-boys game, the half-court shot by Ripley to beat Garber at the buzzer already. So a lot of action across the state.
Outstanding. The foul is on Jaden Rother, and that's going to send Katie Edelin to the free throw line.
Well, and familiar face for Arapaho. Edelin, obviously the daughter of Christy, and she is going to continue her basketball career at NOC Enid. She's a great basketball player. She's had a very successful career.
Let's get the first points of the game for Arapaho Butler. You mentioned Christy Edelin, the coach for Arapaho Butler, one of the greats, University of Central Oklahoma history. Of course, Haley Mitchell, Sherry Myers on the bench across the way for Okarche. Need no introduction in these parts.
Haley, a good player at Oklahoma Christian in her own right.
Like a potential turnover in the lane. It was saved right into the waiting hands for Jaylee Rother, who has her second 3 of the game.
Mark, I was supposed to inform you, Mr. Summerall let me know there are ribs, pulled pork, and smoked sausage in the hospitality room, in case you brought your appetite.
I absolutely did. That's fantastic. Ran into him on the way in. Post up inside by Walker. Ooh, won't go. Edelin rebound and one. Edelin's free throw rolls in. That's a shooter's touch. Something that Adams brothers would know all about.
Well, I don't know about touch, but shooting, yes. They're not afraid to shoot it. We're blessed with the legend of Michael Swisher. He's here tonight down on the baseline, covering for the paper.
Kingfisher had a bye in their district, so Aztec Charter decided not to show up. Jackets don't even have to worry about this weekend.
Get a week off to get healthy. Great crowd.
It really is a good crowd. A ton of parking out there. And a couple of pretty good challengers in here tonight to face Okarche on their home floor in the regionals.
Get on your toes, Grace. You gotta be ready to move, Grace. Go.
Edelin gets into a 2-on-1 situation, filling the lane, and that bucket is good. Bailey Walker scores, and it's 8-6.
Good post position.
Really was. It was a great entry pass, and Emma Stover becomes the third Okarche Warrior to score. This cross-court pass has been pretty good, trying to break this press. Inside, great defense going straight up by Stover. Three-point shot is off, and here comes Okarche, and they want to run. Good ball movement. Has not hit the floor. Three is good. Okarche is on fire from downtown. Jaden Rother hits. That's 3 for 3 from deep.
When they are shooting the ball outside, they're as good as anybody in the state. Good take.
Couldn't get it to go, but the Indians will keep possession. Teams will head to Shawnee next week to play the area. Shot contested. Physical play inside by Tyson Indris. And Indris will be fouled. So a quick timeout here for Christy Edelin. Arapaho has won a couple of state championships, but that was before the consolidation with Butler. The last one in 1994. Were eliminated last year by Turpin, or excuse me, by Laverne at the area tournament. So this is a good team. They've lost a couple of times to Hammond this year, which is no disgrace.
No, it is not.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okarche and Haley Mitchell kind of got off the schneid from getting to the state tournament, getting last year to the semifinals and lost to that incredible Hydro Eakley team. But they're on a mission this year to get back. Okarche with that high post, low post, a great size that you talked about, and the ability to move the ball around the perimeter, and that one is just in and out. Kaylee Cresswell substituted into the game at the last time out.
Nice move.
Excellent move. Don't see a lot of shots at the rim that are that uncontested by virtue of a move. And there's a nice steal. Stover got the bucket and the steal and the bucket. Free throw line jumper is good. Bailey Walker. Got a nice pace to this game. Jada Aiken, sophomore, in for Arapaho Butler. Kalk comes back in and gives Lakeland Thompson some rest. Modern NBA can be proud of this Okarche team too, that they can really play all positions on the floor. Pass inside to Stover, she's fouled.
I mean, obviously the key for them is their inside game, but you know, they've got 3 capable guards on the perimeter, and when they're hitting shots, it is tough. I think in a game we saw them earlier on in the year, and then some of the games at the TOC, you know, getting them sped up and then obviously not allowing their pressure to affect you is kind of the key to beat them. Because if you have to play a half-court game against them, they're pretty tough to defend the way they can play inside out.
Back in the 2-2-1 press, and Jaden Rother steps in front of the pass. It's intended for Jada Aiken. Not much rest for Lakeland Thompson. She'll sub in for Aiken. Edelin, turnaround jumper, no, and the rebound.
Good luck.
Stover misses, and they get her over the back of Haley Kalk with the rebound. Pass was behind Walker and stolen by Endress.
Great job there by Rother attacking the glass. I would wonder, I'd like to know if anyone out there knows, how many years has either on the boys side or girls side, has there been a Rother playing for Okarche? I mean, it's been a long time, Mark. I don't know the years, but
there'll be at least one more year of that.
Yep.
With Jaden coming back.
And there's some more coming.
We're going to have a foul. Okarche is able to keep it down here. It's going to be a 2-shot foul. Lakeland Thompson picks up the foul. Okarche 1 point away from a 20-point quarter. Might get even more. Shaylee Rother now has 7. Shaylee Rother hits both free throws. Aiken tried to break the press herself, had some success getting it across half court, but lost it near the Okarche bench. She will get a breather when Haley Kalk back into the game.
Well, and you know, Okarche's doing a good job, but once Edelin lets go of it, they're face guarding her and not letting her get it back, and it's led to some ill-advised turnovers by Arapaho.
Some half-court pressure here, and I think Okarche would love to take the last shot with a 13-point lead.
See some other scores of interest across the top on the ticker in A and B. They'll be going across all evening long.
Emma Stover is having a heck of a first quarter. Big effort by Okarche on their home floor in front of this packed house. They're up 15 on Arapaho Butler, 23-8 here on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
The AMG AMG team is based in Oklahoma City and delivers your organization revenue enhancement through a combination of data science, innovative marketing, and business automation. We think like owners and behave as long-term partners. Delivering measurable results for nearly 20 years has made the AMG team known for our ability to efficiently and effectively execute objectives. We're ready to help raise your organization to a higher level of success, so visit us today at theamgteam.com.
At Bank Central, our roots run deep with a heritage that began over 100 years ago in Alva, Oklahoma. Today, our legacy continues to grow, not only in Alva, but in the other communities we serve, Cherokee, Woodward, and Enid. With our outstanding personnel, the latest in banking technology, and a wide variety of services, Bank Central has the banking expertise to help you with all your financial needs. We're Bank Central, and we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Welcome back, 23-8. The score, Okarche on top of Arapaho Butler in the first of two tonight, Class A regional finals. Other regional final in this area tonight is being played between O'Keene and Van Oss. It's a good road trip for O'Keene. Pass goes out of bounds, intended inside for Edelin. And it's another turnover forced by this Okarche pressure. Substitutions continue freely for Arapaho Butler. Kalk into the game. Walker takes a seat. Entry pass to Stover. Ball movement, Rother.
Ooh.
Just off. She's going to get her own long rebound and be fouled in the process. And I believe this is going to be on Edelin. That is her second.
Yeah, and that's something to keep an eye on, obviously, too. And, you know, outside of the fact that the game has started off a little slow for Arapaho, they are not doing a very good job on their end of the floor rebounding. Missed a lot of missed shots, second opportunities Okarche's getting.
And really even haven't had that many shots at the rim. Stover, tough inside. Nice step through and bucket. Counted for Lakeland Thompson.
Good move by the senior.
Ball reverses. Got a chance to reverse again, but Stover's worked her way wide open inside. She's having a field day. 13 points. We'll take a timeout. Emma Stover leading Okarche to a 17-point lead.
What would you do if you only had one life to live? Well, that's kind of how this whole thing works. So bite off more than you can chew. Don't wait for someone else's green light. Go after what they say you can't. Oklahoma needs more doers, and doers don't wait. Get skilled, get paid. Oklahoma Career Tech.
Welcome back, 27-10. I don't know if I would say a perfect first 10 minutes of a ball game for Okarche, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, really what they're trying to do and how they can hurt you, it's all working right now. They're very multiple on the offensive end. Arapaho's turning the ball over against their pressure, and they're limiting Arapaho shots on the other end of the floor.
They had some success getting the ball here and then having an advantage, but Okarche's kind of gotten wise to that. They're able to force another turnover. Okarche's been very successful reversing the ball. Been able to make another pass. And I thought, didn't see a ton of contact there. It looked like Indris may have just lost her feet, but the Indians are having a hard time getting it across half court, and Indris picks up a foul.
Coach Edelin's telling her daughter to get it and go. You know, they can't hear because they're setting their pressure up. The last thing she wants to do is pick her dribble up in the middle of the floor.
Almost another steal, and it ends up here now in the hands of Rother.
Pressure is just disturbing Arapaho.
Way more, and another three from the outside for Jaylee Rother. She's got 11. Arapaho Butler's had way more turnovers than shot attempts in this game. Edelin picks it up. Thompson back to Edelin. Won't go from about 10 feet, but a rebound is there and a foul. Thompson came in to pick that up, and we'll get a chance to go to the free throw line.
You know, Mark, we've seen this actually in games that we've called when the pressure requires your best player to be the one that has to work so hard to get the ball across the floor. It really causes issues for them on the offensive end. We remember in the Ceiling Lomega girls game, we saw that, how that pressure ended up affecting and how tired it made, you know, Lomega's best player. She scored 9 in the first half. I don't think she scored again in the second. That's something to keep an eye on with Edelin. She's having to kind of do everything.
It's a great point.
I'd be tired if I was her. I know that.
30-11. Lead is ballooned.
Yes. This is surprising. I think it will be pretty eye-opening for other teams across the state to see this score.
Deep three, no. And this is a pretty loaded regional with teams 7, 9, and I believe Vanos with a number 3 rating, which will likely await the winner of this game in Shawnee. Step through, foul, and a couple of more free throws coming up for Arapaho Butler. That's a potential bit of concern there as Emma Stover picks up her 3rd foul.
Ooh, that is.
Just 1 of 1, and that was, I don't know if it's an acting job or what, but there was some contact there, and it could have been foul 4.
Okarche's very crisp in their passing in the zone.
Deep three, no. Look at the hustle inside to be able to tap that back out by Vandendresch. Link to the floor pass to J.C. Sack on the shot is blocked.
So just so you know, we had to ask this the other day how you pronounce her name is Vandendrishi.
Vandendrishi.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. I should have told you that before the game. I'm a how do you pronounce the last name guy? I don't have a name like Rogers. I've got Dieselhorse, so I know I have to look at that, you know. So
this is my 2nd time at Okarche, and Aaron West gave me a little tutorial earlier today, but it didn't work. So Vandendresch picks up the foul here, and that'll send Lakeland Thompson to the free throw line.
Well, Haley is not happy about that. She's right. The baskets are tough to come by. You know, when a team's struggling to score, don't put them at the free throw line. It's the last thing. It stops the clock and allows them to get back into their comfort zone.
Thompson gets the 2nd free throw. She's got quite a bit of air underneath those free throw attempts. Stover in the short corner out to Vandendresch.
Boom.
Count it. Walking, turnover, inside, foul, foul underneath. Lakeland Thompson's left some at the free throw line.
Saw Kenny Bear over there across the way, rocking the suit. Pretty clean dressed.
It's about that time of the year for the suits to come out.
Eric Smith wears them all the time.
He even wears them to golf. I think we found that out last week. Now, was that Swish that said, was it Swish on the preview show? I tried to think about this a couple of times since the preview show, that in the scramble, he beat a team with Rian Gibson, who had just won on the Korn Ferry Tour in between the time of the show.
I mean, we could get him on and ask him. He's over there.
I really didn't want to call him a liar over the internet, but I think that it's something that needs to be investigated. I'm not sure if I may have gotten confused on my own if he played on Rian's team or if he played against him.
No, he said he played against him.
Yes.
I watched the show. He said he played against him. I don't know. I've seen Swish play golf, so I'm going to guess they weren't using a lot of his shots.
Have you seen
offense.
that viral TikTok, Instagram where the guys in that tournament shot like a 50 or a 45 or something like that? And everybody was getting after him. It may have been Michael Swisher's team.
We've had some interesting low scramble scores at my brother's golf tournament during Coach's Clinic, too, that you kind of ponder and wonder. But, man, Okarche girls, it has been a very, very impressive first half for them. They look primed and ready to make a run at this trip to the state tournament. I know they got work ahead of them, but this is a good presentation they're putting on.
Great move inside, and the bucket won't go for Stover, but she'll go to the free throw line for a couple. It's kind of an interesting situation that happens in the playoffs sometimes, and I'm not trying to forecast what would happen when you get to the area tournament, but some of these games where a team gets to play in the regional on their home floor, then has to face a team on a neutral floor to go back to state, it becomes a little bit dicey.
I agree.
Even a large result. But so far here tonight, Okarche has played, I would imagine, what has to be considered one of their best games of the season. It really doesn't matter who's trying to dribble the ball up the floor. It is just tough to do it. South had that shot affected, and here come the Warriors on the run. And that's going to be a foul on South, and Okarche is in the bonus.
I mean, that's the other thing that pressure does is even when you do break it, your immediate reaction is, okay, I need to keep playing really fast, and that's exactly what Okarche wants you to do. And Arapaho's forcing some tough shots down here on the other end.
That's one area for Okarche not had all the success tonight at the free throw line. They've been deadly from downtown. Steal by Jaden Rother, 2-on-1.
Good look.
Rother to Rother, and another basket. The lead is up to 22.
Well, and you're going to have to come to the ball if you're Arapaho. That time, Aiken waited.
Haley Kauk with the breaker. Did a good job of the press that time. Kauk found her way right to a good spot. Runner, no. And rebound comes down to Brecken Hunter. Anticipation by Rother, almost got it. Aiken's now trapped in the corner. A nice move, but it's a well-defended shot. Then a rebound inside, Brecken Hunter. Who they give that basket to? Four consecutive points from Arapaho Butler. Stover had position. Good denial to tip away the pass. We'll see if the Lady Indians can get 6 straight. Going to the basket, no. Rebound tip to herself for Walker, and she scores.
Well, this is a big way to end the half for Arapaho if they could get a couple more stops.
Stover scores. 2 good positions.
Stover says that will not happen, my friend.
Be smart.
Right there on the block. Cross-court pass, jumper, count it.
Could see Okarche here take some time, and nice.
It's going to be a foul on Aiken, her second. Coming over the top of Stover, who was in good position.
It's just things are just too easy for Okarche. I mean, all passes are very crisp, and they're getting it right down there inside where they want it.
Stover now has 17.
She's got 17 already.
17.
Knew she had a bunch.
13 for Jaylee Rother. I mean, really, she has just put herself in excellent position. There's been no answer.
She does a great job getting position and using just the simple, quick post moves to score on the other end.
Oh, you need to give her a jersey.
Golly, I agree. You hear a lot of coaches say that sometimes playing the post is pretty easy. You know, get position and use the position that you got to help yourself. That's a tough shot.
It was. Follow-away jumper from about 16 feet. Posting up is a little bit of a lost art. There's not a lot of people that want to do it.
I would agree. Most post players are used as ball screeners nowadays. Got an open look.
Great half by Okarche. They go to the locker room up by 18, 40-22. Arapaho Butler did make things more competitive there in the second quarter, only outscored by 3. So we'll take a timeout. David Glover is threatening to come on and tell some stories for the second half. See if we can maybe pipe him in. Squirtle game of the week here, halftime of the girls' regional finals. It is Okarche 40, Arapaho Butler 22.
Electricity, that's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
First Bank is a proud supporter of Okarche Warrior Basketball. Visit us on the web at www.firstbankokarche.com. Take us around the world with our internet banking, mobile banking, and debit cards. Everyone at First Bank wishes the boys and girls good luck. Member FDIC.
Is it significant? Yeah. Historic? Absolutely. You know, around here we like to try to make things as easy as possible, and I feel like I did that.
Why is Nathan holding a press conference?
Because he got a review. Customer says it's the best car buying experience they've had in like 40 years.
Considering how we do business, I'm not surprised.
Best buying experience in 40 years.
The cables aren't hooked up. Where's the camera? What a rookie. When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then Next Gen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea. Next Gen is proud to offer this FDA-approved, convenient, and affordable solution that can be done all from the comfort of your own home. Call today to get started. 405-308-3324 or email us at information@nextgensleep.com.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere, on any device, perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Physical Therapy Central is proud to be keeping you in the game of life. Now with a convenient location in Kingfisher. Get back to the game of life faster with PT Central.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Electricity, that's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
First Bank is a proud supporter of Okarche Warrior basketball. Visit us on the web at www.firstbankokarche.com. Take us around the world with our internet banking, mobile banking, and debit cards. Everyone at First Bank wishes the boys and girls good luck. Member FDIC.
Is it significant? Yeah. Historic? Absolutely. You know, around here we like to try to make things as easy as possible, and I feel like I did that.
Why is Nathan holding a press conference?
Because he got a review. Customer says it's the best car buying experience they've had in like 40 years.
Considering how we do business, I'm not surprised.
Best buying experience in 40 years.
The cables aren't hooked up. Where's the camera? What a rookie.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Scott Streller and team have been proudly serving the Edmond community for over 30 years. At the Streller Agency, we take pride in offering premier service and the highest quality insurance available: auto, home, life, and more. Our award-winning team has over 150 years combined experience to offer, and we're always working hard to make sure you never have to worry and always have peace of mind. So call or visit StrellerAgency.com today for your custom quote. The AMG team is based in Oklahoma City and delivers your organization revenue enhancement through a combination of data science, innovative marketing, and business automation. We think like owners and behave as long-term partners. Delivering measurable results for nearly 20 years has made the AMG team known for our ability to efficiently and effectively execute objectives. We're ready to help raise your organization to a higher level of success, so visit us today at theamgteam.com.
All right, second half is about to get underway. Mark Rogers, Adam Dieselhorst here in Okarche. It's been a good night for the Lady Warriors so far. 42-22 is the score here at halftime, and we'll see if Arapaho Butler can make some noise and get back into this contest. Been an exciting day of basketball, and it's only going to get better and better as we steamroll towards the state tournament coming up in 2 weeks. State championship trophies will be handed out 2 weeks from today.
Well, and if you're Arapaho, the key is obviously don't try to get it all back at once. They can't continue to turn the ball over. They're going to have to protect the ball and get the ball into Edelin's hands and then not turn it over. And just as I say that.
Ball stay here. Fans behind us had a different opinion.
You give a shout out to the head coach of the Lady Bison, Luke Broadbent. He is tuned in.
Outstanding. Look at the move there to the basket. Just can't get it to go. It's not really been Edelin's night with 2 fouls. That shot was affected by the length inside of Okarche. Since Mr. Glover is listening, I'll tell you what, this is that's a palace out here.
It is so nice.
New baseball, softball facilities. Again, I had to park about 5 miles away from those, but they look really good when I walk by.
Well, I was talking to Summerall before. They have a target date of March 16th as their first home baseball game, and they said that the turf and everything should be ready and the field should be ready for that.
Bandagry, she missed on the 3. Bounce pass was a rocket inside. Edelin gets it where she can score.
Much better for Arapaho.
Stover once again. Shot was affected by Thompson, and she's going to get fouled and go to the free throw line.
And that's the one thing, if you've watched Stover play a lot, she's going to keep herself right by the rim, too, on any misses. So you're going to make sure you put a body on her. And She has been dominant, an absolute dominant force here in this game. I don't know how many rebounds she has, but I'm going to guess it's close to 10.
We know that Arapaho Butler has got about 8 rebounds of balls that have gone through the net. She's got a Necro-like free throw.
Yeah. She kind of uses both hands to get it there, but it finishes good.
Not much spin.
She'd be critiqued by Randy Turney, I can tell you that much. He's the shot doctor. He'd like that left hand to be a little more on the side.
Yeah, I agree. But you don't change someone that makes most of the shots, right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Another turnover, forced error.
You remember Bill Cartwright's free throw?
I do. It was like a sweep. Yeah.
It went in.
That was an interesting free throw. Of course, nobody's free throws went in more than Rick Barry's, who had a very interesting underhanded toss.
He did. The granny shot.
Had no street cred, but a lot of points.
I saw a video today. We were talking about form on social media of Mark Price and one of the All-Star three-point competitions. That guy has some form.
It was perfect form.
Oh, she just rolled her ankle on the
not,
ref.
It's not good. It's hard to see what really happened over there because
she stepped backwards and stepped on the official's leg.
She acts like she's mad that they stopped play. She's like, I'm all right. I'm good. Let's go.
And she says, Mom, I'm all right. That's what she says.
Right back to the scores table.
That's good stuff.
Turnover. Rother takes it away, and she's going to be fouled. That might be 4 on Thompson.
That's 4 fouls on her?
Yes.
Okay, we got to do the uniform matchup. First of all, I'm going to say love the classic look for both teams. I'm going to give the nod to Okarche.
Stover is fouled. The foul goes on Aiken. I'll tell you what, I'll provide a little dissent.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Excuse me, that foul went on Walker. I like that they're simple, but I like the look on the front. You've got the entire school name, consolidation included. Very stark contrast between the blue and the gold, and those are classic colors.
I like it. With the MJ, you get the jump man on there too. You know what I like about Arapaho is they don't go away from the kind of the baseball number. You know that number they have that they use. They use that on everything. I'm a big fan of it.
3-point shot. No. Stover. Rebound.
Why not?
And a foul.
She's on fire. If we were playing NBA Jam, she'd be on fire.
I will give a slight demerit to the Okarche uniforms with gold as the numbers. Give us some purple, and we'll be better. We'll take a timeout right now. 46-24 favor of Okarche.
At Bank Central, our roots run deep with a heritage that began over 100 years ago in Alva, Oklahoma. Today, our legacy continues to grow, not only in Alva, but in the other communities we serve, Cherokee, Woodward, and Enid. With our outstanding personnel, the latest in banking technology, and a wide variety of services, Bank Central has the banking expertise to help you with all your financial needs. We're Bank Central, and we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
What would you do if you only had one life to live? Well, that's kind of how this whole thing works. So bite off more than you can chew. Don't wait for someone else's green light. Go after what they say you can't. Oklahoma needs more doers, and doers don't wait. Get skilled, get paid. Oklahoma Career Tech.
Welcome back, 46-24. This is an interesting game that just went across the top of the ticker. There are, I believe, only 4 undefeated teams in the state in any class, and one of those were the South Coffeyville girls in Class B. undefeated, yet ranked 14th or 15th, taking on John Hadley's Varnum team tonight and had a lead. You know, sometimes it can be, different parts of the state can be a little bit different as far as competition. But if you're undefeated through 23 games, I don't know how you're not in the top 10.
Yeah, it's tough for sure. If they obviously get a victory over Varnum, that's going to have people shaking their heads. We saw Varnum at the Cashin tournament. It's a good Class B girls team.
Let's take a look at South Coffeyville Lions record.
Disappointment from the Okarche fans on that call. I like that call.
Third foul on Jaden Rother. Okarche fans have 2 weeks to get ready for the state tournament, being down there that close to the floor, where the officials can really hear. We have a couple officials in the building down here at the table.
Do. Look at David Craig down there, a legend. Rick Michoud. My dad used to officiate with David Craig. So, Mark, you've seen a few of the what we would call contenders in Class A. With haven't seen Sealing and Okarche a couple times. So, what are your thoughts on if that was a matchup to occur?
Well, it's really interesting. I think that you have to see how Okarche reacts to the kind of press that they put on. You know.
Yep.
Neither team is super deep. You don't really expect that in Class A. But this is a good Okarche team.
It is. And I think you know Arapaho is also a good team. I think that the way they started this game just put Arapaho in a really bad spot.
Haven't seen Van Oss play a pretty tough schedule. Haven't seen Caddo. Another team was pretty good.
Caddo has the one girl that's signed with Kelsey Music at ORU, and she can really play. I saw her play as sophomore and seen her over the summertime, and their coach does a really good job with them too as well. So I like this by Coach Mitchell here. Let's shorten the game and just make them come out and get you. Why not? If they're going to sit back in a zone. This brings up the debate.
Oh, boy.
The shot clock. We talked about it last night, too. You knew it was coming.
We had David Jackson with us earlier today at the state swim meet and did not ask him about the shot clock or public versus private separation. I think he was happier that we did not bring those subjects up. Jaden Rother goes to the basket, gets the bucket and one. South Coffeyville was rated 15th. Now, one of the coaches, and it wasn't the South Coffeyville coach, did vote for them to be the #1 seed. And looking at their record, they didn't play a ranked team all season.
That is insane. How do you do that? How do you go a whole season and not play a ranked team?
I don't know. It's a good question, but some of the results are, you got 52-5 over Barnesdall, 71-16 over Blue Jacket, 68-29 over Welch in the district.
Well, they got one win. I guess that's a forfeit. I was going to say that would make the Weatherford Anadarko game.
Yeah, only outscored a forfeit by 4. If they would beat Varnum tonight, that gets everybody's attention in that class because we have seen that Varnum team and they are good. That game looked like in the third quarter. There's a Omega score on top of Dover by 21. Dover really improved throughout the year. Foul goes on.
Another score
Scout Payne
in Class A of of interest is seeing how Garber would respond with losing Layla Washington, and they were trailing Frontier by 10. We were talking about Sealing. They're up on OBA. I'm telling you, OBA is a team to keep an eye on. They are young and only lost 2 games this year. I believe both games they lost to are this Okarche team right here. I think they could be the other team that comes out of that Northwest area. They're obviously losing tonight, but I think they got a good shot through the losers bracket coming through and making it to the state tournament. Chris Kayot's daughter, really good player, has a bright, bright future. they've got 3 other sophomore girls that go with a couple seniors. Actually, one of our state reps, Caldwell, his daughter, good player there too as well. So I think that could be a team to keep an eye on in A.
And Tom Nelson mentioned that on our Squirtle preview show. Now, that's not the team that have to walk to Enid if they win the state tournament. That's the Enid boys. I'm nervous. The Enid boys.
You did say that.
They did beat. I think
Putnam
they beat Putnam City to close the
They
season.
did.
There's some tougher teams out there than PC.
If it happens, I'll walk with you.
Yeah, okay, good. I like it.
Let's not leave from my house, though. I live way out on the north side of town.
I'm going to wait till there's about a 35-mile-an-hour south wind. But it's probably going to take 2 days. So. 2:30 to go here, 49-28. Arapaho Butler have played within 6 since that first quarter barrage. Okarche's going to be able to keep it here. One thing that I was, going back to your initial question before I filibustered you, I was surprised at the reaction of people that were behind Coach Schumpert, maybe former players. I talked to Derek Bull on the radio, and he was, I think, really didn't have too much of a problem with it. At least if he did, he wasn't going to say it on the air. And I thought most of the outrage were from people that really don't follow the sport,
Yeah,
And so I don't, I think that I think they'll get it worked out. I know the board at the association probably felt differently about it than the staff and Mr. Jackson there. So I think eventually we're going to have that clock in some form or fashion. So we'll see how it goes. What do you think?
I'm indifferent about it. I do lean towards having one, and only because of my experience with the college level, with them playing with one where my wife coaches. But if I probably wouldn't have that experience, I probably would want to. I'm kind of a traditionalist as it comes to things, and I probably want to stick with it. The thing I fear so much, but you've got to fear that a lot of times, is when you get into a situation where you have 2 teams that struggle. I'm thinking of a girls' game and some of the smaller classes.
We just read off some of those scores.
Yeah, and think about what that does to those games in a way. But it is what it is. We've got great coaches across the state. They'll adapt if they make a decision to do that. As it pertains to Coach Schumpert, you mentioned this on the show. He's a legendary high school basketball coach. This guy's been coaching forever, and his
active leader in wins.
Yeah, his philosophy is I'm going to do whatever I can to put my kids in a position to win. And when you look at that, they had a shot at the end of the game to happen to win. It's probably not the way everybody wants it, but he did what he was trying to do. So, everybody's got opinions these days, right?
I would, if it's going to be a shot clock, I would propose that it's a 45-second clock.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
And for that reason, you do maybe potentially give some teams times to run things. And
sure. Yeah, you can still go spread with something like that too, and really take advantage of having 45 seconds to hold the ball.
Well, I can tell you this, and we can list off some pretty prominent 4A coaches that don't want the clock.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Really, honestly, a lot of my coaching buddies, a majority of them, most of my coaching buddies, 5A, 6A, like it, and everybody else doesn't. So it's kind of an interesting thing when you look at it from classification. But I know the OSSA is wanting, if they're going to implement it, they want to implement it across the board.
Well, I had thought originally that David Jackson, South gets the bucket for Arapaho Butler, had said that they would allow it to go A and B, no clock and above with the clock, which I think the board voted that down. Now,
Gotcha.
Again, the board and the staff can have different opinions, but I think you should let the classes decide.
Yeah.
And I do have some empathy for the people that say, hey, look, if we're a big school, we don't really necessarily want superintendents from small schools deciding our fate.
Yeah.
So listen, you could go on and on and on about the things tough decisions that have to be made. And you know me, I'm a huge proponent of what the job that the people do there. There's not always easy answers.
No, you're right. You're always going to make somebody mad, right?
Good block by Edelin on the penetration from Rother. They're going to call a foul. And the fans across the way did not like that.
So I guess I should have saved this for the fourth quarter, but I've got a fan on your side of splitting the girls and boys in the playoffs. A good friend of mine, Tim Bard, who's coaching at Sequoia Claremont, having a great year. Yes, and he likes the idea of that.
Well, I've got a little breaking news for you.
Uh-oh. Let's hear it.
I'm writing an article for the Oklahoman as like a guest op-ed on the rankings. So we'll talk about that maybe in the fourth quarter.
What an incredible segue by me. That's why they pay me the big bucks as an analyst for Sportle.
I begged Barry Trammell to let me put it in the paper. He said, we really don't have a paper anymore, but you can put it online. We've reached the end of 3 here in the Class A Regional Finals. It's Okarche 55, Arapaho Butler 30. We're back after this.
The thing where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry.
Welcome back. Final quarter, 25-point lead for Okarche. It's a big night for Emma Stover. If Adam hadn't distracted me from the game so much, I might have an accurate count. I think she's got 26 at least.
I apologize. I'm just taking the lead of Coach Glover. He's a mentor of mine.
That is in jest. I am just kidding. Out of bounds. Turnover. Goes to Okarche.
I like Emma Stover's game. She is she should get an opportunity to play at the next level. Her size and her ability to move, and she does a great job of just doing what she does best. And I could see her at the next level playing.
I would agree 100%, especially if she could stretch the floor. All right, I got some recommendations for you for the rankings.
Let's go.
Season got to end before you see the teams.
I could not agree more. I've heard you say that a bunch of times, and I totally agree.
Sites can be set. Hosts can be set. I understand there's a lot of logistics that go into it, but you can't play 6 games of a season and have the teams seeded already. And I'll give you an example in Class 6A. Westmore is the 2 seed on this side of the state for the boys. They've lost 4 or 5. The association sent some teams to the east side of the state, Putnam North, Putnam West, and that 6A bracket is incredibly unbalanced. Owasso with Jalen Montanati, a freshman that's going to be a potential McDonald's All-American, certainly already has high Division I offers. A team in the east that got hot later in the season, won a bunch of games after the seedings were announced. They're picked 5th or 6th. If they were on the west side of the state, I'd pick them to go to the state tournament. So I think you have to wait. I mean, there's no reason you can't have a big. And this is something we talked about with Mr. Glover, and he loved. Let's have a seeding show to announce it and create some excitement.
I would love that. Yeah. I mean, I think too. Even when you go into picking sites, you know who's going to be ranked. I mean, you have that idea. So even if you miss on a couple, it's not like they don't pick areas. The areas that they pick are the same areas they always pick. People kind of know. It's like they're going to have an area in Enid. They're going to have an area around Shawnee. They're going to have an area up around Tulsa. They're going to have an area probably around Chickasha or Lawton, right? I mean, that's kind of how they do it.
But I think you'd rather have a chance, even if you have to play, say, on a home floor of a lower-seeded team, you would still want to be properly put in a 32-team bracket. Not, again, where you might be the 6th best team in the state right now, but yet you're fighting through teams that are, all above you and a chance to potentially get to the state tournament. We've got a timeout here. But we'll keep it here. Coach Edelin is
She is not happy at
No,
all.
she's not happy. It's just been a rough night. We got off to the hot start for Okarche, and it was really almost a knockout blow. Just make it a point here. Then the second thing I think for 4A, 3A, 2A, and you've got to break up the boys and the girls. You can do it on a different night. The association's already playing state tournament games on Wednesday nights, which is a fantastic move, by the way.
I like that, yeah.
You can do things differently. Maybe it's another night at the gym. Might be even more money at the gate. I don't think these things should be really done in consideration of money because I think there's a lot of money made in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We've got a great crowd here tonight. So, but there really are some crazy brackets in Class 4A. There's a couple of regionals that are incredibly tough.
No, we looked at, some of them are extremely lopsided, no doubt. And that's a tough, and you said this many times before, I don't know if there's a tougher job than trying to ultimately make it fair for everyone based on how it's set up and it goes now. I mean, I know just my relationship with Coach Glover in the years he was at the OSSA, I know the amount of effort he put into it, the time that he put into it, and that's what it takes to try to make it as fair as you possibly can. But I'm with you. I think there's a lot of things you can do, and the rankings are one because, like you said, you get late in the season and you don't want to risk picking the wrong team.
It's in those classes it's 64 teams, and a lot of times different parts of the state you have to really be creative with how you're going to do the areas, and I would not want teams to have to travel a long way. It's an almost impossible job if you do separate the boys and the girls. So I don't know how Brian Lester tried to do that in his first year there at the association. Not being critical of him. I think it would have been a lot easier on him if he didn't have to. Fast break, Thompson scores.
Well, one of my big sales pitch for the Squirtle Festival would be eliminated if we waited till the end of the year with rankings. Because what I say is, hey, come play in our Squirtle Festival. Everybody's already ranked, so play whoever you want, right? I still think we'd get people there, but
I think you would.
Good little run here by Arapaho. Have not quit.
I think also that early run, maybe the crowd, everything just took a little life away from Arapaho Butler.
Well, the other thing, you mentioned it too, obviously it's going to be tough to come back from obviously a deficit like this, but Arapaho's got games in front of them. So to finish the game, on a positive note, playing a little better, getting some shots to fall, seeing that ball go through the hoop, would just be a good thing for them.
We do know who their opponent is going to be in the next round. That will be Strother. Yellow Jackets this year were not ranked, they're ranked 17th. I think those are my two biggest recommendations. Any that you would have?
I go along with you. I like those two ideas to improve it and to make it easier on the association too. One of the things I hear a lot from some of my buddies that are soups and coaches in the smaller school, logistically it's a big deal for them to have the girls and boys together and on the same bus and all those types of things, but very few states do it that way where they're paired and tagged together. Obviously,
that's not done that way in 5A and 6A. You only do that in.
That's true.
I understand it. I mean, it does, but as far as getting those implemented, no, I'll never have a shot to do that. I will also give this a plug, and this is going to be part of my article as well. Corey Rogers did a great job of developing the technology for this Squirtle app, which is fantastic. There's no excuse for any coach in the state not to report scores. I can tell you right now, there's a school in Class 3A boys that had 3 more losses than were listed on their page at OSSAA rankings. That coach should be suspended from coaching the postseason if the results are not put in I give you a grace period of 24 hours during the regular season, but by the time the final rankings are out, and really I think you can game the system this way too. If you don't put your losses in, then you potentially get a better seeding, because a lot of coaches, especially across the state, you work in the east side, you don't see the teams in the west side. You a lot of times rank by records. And to me, we talked about this earlier, Regent Prep, Class A team, they play Metro, Holland Hall, small school, got a bad record. They got 9 wins, but they're going to the area tournament.
Yeah.
And so you've got to I think pay a little bit more attention to what's going on in some of the schools. McGinnis got clearly a terrible seed by having to play Bethany. Those are 2 potential state tournament teams that are playing the district tournament tonight. Terrible.
Yeah.
So you got to enter your scores. However, it's easiest to do, but it's got to be mandated, and there's got to be some teeth put in it by the association.
Well, we had when Coach was at the OSSA, we had talked to him about creating the ability for a coach to have a specific login into Squirtle, and they'd be able to verify their score, and it would automatically go into OK Rankings as a verified coach score. And I don't know if that makes it easier, if it's just but you're still going to have coaches that probably don't do that, right? So, and I'm with you, punish them. Because it creates advantages for other people.
Well, and I'll say this: one of the things that you do look at on OSSA rankings, I had it pulled up just a minute ago. If you pull up a team's, schedule, then to the side it tells you how many games they played up a class or below a class, and that's something you should look at. I mean, I think coaches, sometimes maybe another bucket by Stover. If you're not that good this year and you really don't care, if you were really good, you would care one year. You gotta put a lot of. I think it's a big responsibility to rank the teams, and it's hard. I've tried to rank some teams in the preseason this year. I had to call around and ask a ton of people that I respected to help. It's not easy to do. That's at least 30.
I mean, she is having a day.
And not many misses, too. The field goal percentage is going to be, it's kind of an extremely efficient game, something I never had.
Hey, but we need to give a shout out to Blackwell last night. They almost pulled off the upset.
Well,
Longhorn Nation almost went down, right?
I was following on the app last night. Edlin with the steal, and it looked like there was only 1 basket scored in overtime. So I don't know if they needed a shot clock. That Chisholm there. And I'm not so sure that my man Terrell Lester was the one holding the ball. But anyway, Blackwell's done a nice job bouncing back this year after a pretty slow start. I'm sorry, Terrell Hankins. Coach Hankins has done a great job. OC. Dan Hayes, guy, he's a good coach and got a young team, and they will go on and they get Luther in the regional losers bracket.
I love the idea about the bracket release show. Had a lot of great compliments from people about the football one that we did with partner with the Sports Animal. A bunch of people watched that thing. We get Van Shea back on the mic. Get him doing that. He'd eat that up.
I know Van Shea practices at the house, so his skills have not diminished.
In the mirror?
I don't know in the mirror, not. Van Shea did such a great job covering the prep sports. Van Shea could knock out a stand-up right now for sure. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, totally. I'd love to have him come and do some games. I think he'd be great calling games.
Van Shea is I think he's on the front line of a lot of complaints.
Yeah.
He's answering the emails.
We need to make sure we give a special thanks to Coach Summerall for allowing us to live stream this game on OkarcheWarriors.tv, one of our partner networks. I know that Arapaho has their own streaming platform, and I believe they may be streaming up top up there across the way. They do a fantastic job streaming their games as well. And I think also maybe it looks like Velma is also going to be streaming tonight. That might be either radio or stream. I'm not sure, but they're seated across from us.
Arapaho Butler boys are going to be going on to the area. One here this afternoon, right?
That's correct. Line change.
It is a line change. New faces into the game. Caitlin Garibay is in, as well as, let's see, recognize number 12. Number 21 is Erica Cordes. 11 is Paisley Egan. 23 is Jordan Lambeth. And Okarche has a line change of their own coming.
So we have Okarche will match up with, remind me?
Okarche is going to get Van Oss or O'Keen.
That's right. Van Oss or O'Keen?
Yes.
Okay. I wonder what that score is. I'm going to guess Van Oss.
Abigail Johnson has it for Okarche, substitutes into the game for the Warriors. Kylie Harper.
Van Oss won by 20, 44-24.
Katie Cresswell in. Harper White in the post. Coming up next in the Class A Boys Regional Finals, should be a good one. It is the 11th ranked Velma Alma Comets, 19-2 on the season, going up against the Okarche Warriors, 24-2, ranked number 5. One of those Velma losses was to Marlowe, highly ranked Class 3A team. Okarche's been beaten only twice this year, that by Preston and Hennessy on a crazy buzzer beater right here.
So winners of all the regionals, you had Van Oss victorious. Frontier beats Garber, 5 points, 48-43. Sealing beats Oklahoma Bible Academy. I'm guessing the Surreal Canute game is the other. Surreal up by 10. Looks like they're going to win that one. Trying to find the Caddo all over Waurika, so they'll be advancing also.
30-second timeout taken by the Warriors. The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their
all that stuff on it.
insurers
They're at the house.
That's how it always works.
I got a little bit of that committed to memory and not much.
Might be able to convince victorious coach Haley Mitchell to hop on with us at halftime or during the boys' game if you want to.
I think that would be great. And again, a lot of times you see this as a regional final can end up to be an area final a week later. So something that maybe Coach Elin will have to coach from. They're going to have a tougher road. They're going to have to win 3 instead of 2 if they want to make it to the big house. And Van Oss looms large as the highest rated team in this area. having advanced on to Shawnee. So that will do it next Friday night. It will be the Okarche Warriors against the Van Oz Wolves in the area final. And this Arapaho Butler team will get Strother on Thursday. Well, somebody told me there was some food upstairs.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We will get the boys' game started. We'll kind of try to pay some respect to the girls' game during the boys' game with giving you some totals and some statistics. And here's the trophy presentation right now for the regional championship. Swish, Johnny on the spot.
He's always there.
We'll be
Got
back.
you covered.
We'll be back for the boys' game right after this. Stay tuned.